Okay, so I've got this lower fender section. This was cut out and removed. And I've already replaced the patch panels. So this section has already been repaired on the truck fenders. But I need this sandwich plate here to reinstall so I can bolt my running boards up to my fenders. So I've gone ahead and drilled out as many spot welds as I can. But now I kind of need to chisel the rest off. There are probably some other spot welds that I've missed and can't see as obvious as these ones were. So I'm going to start chiseling this thing and go from there. Okay, so for this process I'm just going to use a hammer and chisel. Alright, well, I almost knocked my camera over. Well, I did knock it over, but I caught it. But in the process, I beat down a couple spot welds. I just popped them. Just beating through that little section with the chisel. These two are being a little bit stubborn, so we're going to pop past these guys here. And that one's cutting over the top. So we'll just spin him off from the other side. Right between two of them. I think I need a bigger hammer. Hit myself twice with this one and it didn't hurt, so I must be doing something wrong. Didn't pop it. Be nice if I could hold this in a vise and do it. The table with the vise is a little dirty, so I'm using my sawhorse here. Can't tell, my garage space is a little tied up. We've got almost all of them on the bottom freed, except for 2 that are tearing. And I got this last one over here. So, see if I can work this last one, and I'm going to try and come in from a different angle to stop that one from tearing. And that one, I think, nope, it's stuck. So we're going to pop through that one. And we're almost through it. It went over the top. It tore too, so I'm gonna pound on these for a while, and then there's a couple back here. I'm gonna have to pop these loose. As soon as we get it ready to peel it apart, I'll show you what's going on. Alright, I've done a little bit of damage. Put a little bit of pressure on here with my knee while I got in here. Pop most of those free. This one was pretty stubborn. And there's just a ton of rust in between here. And these things were destined to fail because they just build up tons of debris in here. But these fenders were 70 years old. Oh, there's some gravel in there too. Alright, so most of this is free. There's only just a couple little points. Heck, I can't even tell where. Oh, I think it's just this guy. It's holding on. I didn't cut all the way through it. Looks like maybe these 2 might be holding on too. There we go. I don't like when it does that. There it is. Most of it anyway. Oh, there's one here I missed. Right there. Let's see if we can get that guy out. Going faster with the drill is usually not the answer if you can't get it to stay in one spot. Walking is a surefire way to break these things. I just drill through until I see dirt start showing up in the and shavings. Once you see dirt, then you know you've punched through at least a portion of it. There are some other welds holding it together. I have to chisel it a bit. Go and find pots. Look at those big chunks of rust hanging out in there. That's really bad. Alright, so I'm just gonna pry this sucker apart till hopefully the sheet metal breaks. It doesn't mess up the brace too much. Once we get the majority of the sheet metal off, then we can chisel the rest off. See if I can't cut it in my Beverly shear for a moment. Got most of it off. Alright, let's see about chiseling this baby down a little bit more. We got a weld here. Pop that guy off. just got that last little side. Okay, we might be at the point where we're doing some damage to our brace. Don't want to do that. Looks like I'm bending it pretty good. Everything else looks okay. So, this flat spot, tighten it down really good. This vise isn't gripping on it very well. Plus,
oh my gosh, Daddy, you know how I was an imposter?
alright, so with the majority of it off, I can see there's some decent rust been in there, but this piece, aside from where I hit it with my plasma cutter a couple times, is pretty okay. There's one spot right here that went pretty thin. But I think I'm going to dunk this thing, wire wheel it, dunk it in some rust treatment, knock all these spot welds off, profile it a little bit, because they tack welded this with, I don't know what, some kind of machine that pinches it. I don't have that technology, and I certainly probably couldn't do it in the same locations, so I'm going to need to smooth all these bumps and points from where it was pinched, highs and lows. Smooth all this out after it's cleaned up, and then reinstall it on the fender, which has already received a new patch panel. So, but from this guy, we got a stubborn one. I think I can just hit this one with a grinder or flap disc or something and knock all this stuff off. Probably do that right now. But yeah, a simple, drill, doesn't have to be cordless. Spot weld cutter, these things aren't expensive. It's like $15 and it comes with extra bits. And chisel. This is a pretty heavy one. And even this one has been taking quite a bit of abuse. It's split, so even if you spend the money, it probably won't last. So it's up to you what you want to spend your money on. But originally, I had bought a thick putty knife, basically. It had multiple use, had a hooked edge on it and a straight edge. Yeah, I'll get this cleaned up. I'll do another video after I dunk it and hammer it out, smooth it out, and get it ready to install on the fender. But I was just showing the use of chisel, hammer, spot weld cutter. If you're planning on buying any older vehicles that have rust, I mean, it's not really the biggest thing to be discouraged about. It's good fun fixing this stuff. You know, it's not very difficult. Not on the older vehicles, because most of them are, you know, there aren't too many compound curves. So this is just a flange piece of metal. It has a slight curve on it here. And for the most part, you could duplicate this whole piece just by simply shrinking this edge. So it's not hard to duplicate, you know, if yours is completely wrecked. But this one's not too bad, so I'm going to try and reuse it. Plus, I don't have any material to duplicate it with. So, till the next time.